It's J Coffee on the vid with some sad news, man. Now, some of y'all might be like, Coffee, you watched this ish? I did, man. I got like a season or two, season and a half left. I guess it only ran 4 seasons, 2.5 seasons. We're talking about Floribama Shore. So you're like, is that something to do with Jersey Shore? It's like the follow-up. Some call it a spin-off. It's the next incarnation of the same concept or whatever, kind of like how MTV used to have all those real world shows, and then they had road rules. I remember they had real world versus road rules challenge and stuff, and there's been people that came out of those shows and had some fame. Like I think Theo Von was on one of those, and there's many other people who found success in media, acting, different things like that from being on MTV. Reality shows is what they were, right? But they were kind of the first to it before it got so played out. I mean, y'all know what it is with reality shows. They're just kind of like played out and not so real at times. But I feel like early on, real world and stuff, they were trying. But anyways, man, like I was saying, with it being like Jersey Shore, you're like, so did it have all the same drunken drama, individuals beefing with their roommates, going to the bar, getting in scraps and all that? And yes, but this individual we're talking about here, who has sadly passed away at the age of 33, was like the least dramaed out. You know what I mean? He didn't even want to be on the show. I remember listening to a podcast with this now deceased young man, Kirk Meadis, 33 years old. He pulled up to Panama City Beach, is where Floribama Shore takes place at, right in the Panhandle, right on the Florida-Alabama border. And that beach, comment if you ever partied at that beach, I heard it's lit. But he was with some other friends that were trying to get on the show, and producers one way or another ended up becoming acquainted with the Kirk dude and were enamored with him and was like, yo, we got to have you on this show. I listened to a whole podcast with dude before. He did floors in like Atlanta area, Georgia. I can't recall if he said he went to college or not, or was in the midst of juggling going to college and doing the floor thing. I can't recall exactly, but I just know he was busting his ass installing floors and stumbled into this opportunity to be on Floribama Shore by once again accompanying friends who were in Panama City Beach. They go to party, let's try to get on the show. He ain't even want to, but they said, we need you, man. And he was like the most grown, I'd say, out of all the individuals out there. Like, he wasn't really with all the BS and the drama and the crying and all that. As you see, one of the castmates described him as the glue that held the whole family together, the cast together. You know what I mean? Like, often being the level-headed individual you need to keep things from going totally left like that, you know? And in my opinion, that kind of shows you how much this producers and MTV like rock with this guy or like this dude, because you know with them shows like how Jersey Shore and all that was, they just try to get very loud and boisterous personalities they're gonna create for those knockout drama moments. But he stopped a lot of bullish from going down. I only seen him trip one time. For those that watch the show, comment and let me know if you remember it when he was doing it. I'm from Atlanta. They were at a bar. He was kind of half in the bag, had some drinks, and you know, some people started some bullish, and he was talking about, oh, you guys trying to roll me into this bullshit? Nah, man. You know, and he went off like, I'm not with these bullshit games. But it's truly sad. He passed away a 2-week battle with this necrotizing pancreatitis, which sounds basically like your pancreas is dying, right? Isn't that what like necrotic tissue means? When I'm just kind of adding the words together. Obviously, I'm no doctor or nothing like that, but I'm guessing Kirk was unaware. This isn't official. I'm just saying, based on the way it's being described, it all went down that he wasn't aware that he was sick or had issues, because it sounds like he ended up at the hospital fighting for his life, had to be sedated, and ultimately end up succumbing to the illness and passed away 33 years old, 33 years young. It's such a damn shame. Truly heartbreaking, you know what I'm saying? 33 years young, his whole life ahead of him. This fame that he had, I think the show ran from like 2017 or 18 to 2021. So things were just getting going for this dude. But also the castmates immediately started, asking for prayers from everyone. They started up a GoFundMe, and now that GoFundMe has switched from helping him fight his illness or whatever to funeral costs and funeral arrangements. So it just kind of seems like this was a sporadic thing where everyone was just kind of shocked and things unraveled so quickly in 2 weeks. It's pretty scary, man. That's why I always say you gotta go to the doc, you gotta stay up on things. Don't put ish off. I've done it myself numerous times, man. You gotta have a doc that you're comfortable with, trust, and follow up on things, especially when you start getting, again, 33 is young, but your 30s, 40s, especially your 50s, like there's all kinds of tests you gotta have. There's things you gotta have in check, and I don't know, this is just so sad. Everyone is just flucked up behind this, from his family I've seen to the castmates, and it just truly is really, really sad, man. So RIP to Kirk Metis. I gotta go binge out on that remaining season and a half, and comment everyone your thoughts of it all. The show, if you agree with me that he was so often the voice of reason on there, that he really wasn't the drama out type of individual that a lot of the others were. So prayers up for Kirk Metis. I remember that when I listened to the pod, he was like, no, it's not Metis, it's Metis. I think it was a little while back, man. RIP. So tragic, so young to pass away with such a rough illness too. It just is mind-blowing, man. So subscribe to the channel, join the discussion in the comments, stay tuned for updates as well as other news stories. If you're new, we talk about music, we talk about sports, TV shows, everything over here, and I always want to hear from the people. Peace and God bless y'all.